Alrighty, we are back. Welcome everybody to Tales of Symphonia. In this special episode, we are going to do a bunch of the mini quests. So, these are fun, and I'm just going to do, some of the main important ones that everybody should do. But before we get going right quick, let's grab our last demon weapon. So in our last episode, we were at the casino, and we bought Genius his final weapon. And here we're going to get refills, and that will be the last one. So we've collected all 9. If you've been watching my series, since we got the first one, I've shown all the locations and how to get each one. So this will be the very last one. And then once we've got all 9, we can challenge Abyssion. So there's the Chaos Heart, which is Refill's demon weapon. And we will challenge Abyssion. I'll probably do it in the next episode because it's a pretty long fight and he can be pretty tough. We'll also do the exhibition match. So there it is. Okay, so that's all of that done. I just wanted to make sure to get all 9 and show them on screen. So if you missed one, you can look at a previous episode and see where I got it. If there's enough people that are having trouble, then I'll probably go label those episodes that show where the locations are. But of course there's lots of walkthroughs online as well, and yeah, there's information for this game everywhere. Okay, so let me go grab a couple of the small things right quick here. So one of the things you want to do is the kind of revenge fight with Kuchinawa. So let's go to Mizuho, Sheena's hometown, and Orochi will be there with a scene. It's interesting, Orochi means snake, and it comes from Orochimaru, the famous Naruto villain. And so there'll be, some scenes that automatically lead us here to this island. And you might want to do this a little bit later in the game when Sheena is stronger, because, it's a pretty tough fight and it's one-on-one. So you'll want to have some decent levels. As you can see, he's got a lot of quick moves. Really hard to get him into a stun. Yeah, I might as well. Let's do a summon while we're in over limits. How about Origin, since we recently got that one?
その原流名数を掌握せしよう。契約者の名において命じイデオオリジン。
That was kind of disappointing. Origin just totally killed him there with one hit. So we defeat Kuchinawa and he will give us back Corin's bell, which you remember was Sheena's original little summon. And he's gonna commit suicide the Japanese way. Seppuku. So we have a choice of stopping him or not stopping him. We'll go ahead and stop him because he looks like a cool ninja. Although I don't think he's very happy about us stopping him. Boy, he looks pissed there, man. I think we should have let him die, maybe. Okay, and while we're here in Tessiera, let's run to the elf forest. And once again, all of these can, mainly be done after you've cleared the final dungeon, which we did in the last episode. So this is going to be Genius Meteor Swarm, which, you have to have gotten the Deres emblem and cleared the final dungeon for these scenes to trigger. So we'll go here and there'll be a little bit of half-elf prejudice, as always. But the elderly gent will teach Genius Meteor Swarm, which isn't the best spell, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's really damaging, but it's, hit and miss, because it's kind of random where it hits on the field. It's great for a large group of enemies, I suppose. Not the best for like a single boss fight. But might as well get all of his spells. It's pretty epic to see anyway. And I always go for epic things. So there is Genius Meteor Swarm. He'll also get the Mana Master title. Genius はかっこいいですね. Alright, next we're going to do Corin, since we just got the bell back.
コリン?
シーナ、どうしたんだ?
コリンが呼んでいるような気がするんだ。そんな気がする。
コリンが?
ロイド、この辺りで一番精霊とゆかりの強いところはどこだい？
この辺りだったらやっぱりマーテル教会聖堂じゃないか。封印があったし。
そこにコリンがいるような。そんなわけないか。ごめん、忘れて。
シーナ。
So, we're back in Silverant in Iselia, the first town, and there'll be that scene where Sheena kind of senses Corin somewhere nearby. And so let's go ahead and go to the first temple here, which was our first dungeon in the whole game, where it all started. Where Colette started her journey. And I gotta dodge all these blobs again. So let's go in here. And we can just go straight to the main room. Don't have to, do the puzzle or anything. And, this really doesn't do anything. It's just a little side thing. Kind of gives some closure. It'll give Sheena a little bit of closure and the player a little bit of closure, since it was sad that Corin was killed. So the bell will float up there. And voila! Except it's like a Corin that's all grown up. It's too bad we couldn't use this Corin as a summon. Looks much tougher. So everybody thinks that there's going to be a fight. But this one just wants to, have a look at the heart, basically. So there's a pretty long scene there with Sheena. A little bit of closure about Corin. So it's kind of a nice little, side thing. Doesn't really reward you with anything, but gives a bit of story closure. And right after that, since we're close by, we're going to go ahead and jump up here to the forest and do the final sword dancer, which can be pretty tough, so make sure you're a high level. And this is right by Dyke's house, the north entrance to the forest. Alright, let's get it on! Let's do this. Remember, any light skills are its weakness, so having Colette and refill here is really good. And their unison attack is really good, as well as Grand Cross. Man, yeah, his spells do a lot more damage. I'm using Regal as an extra healer, and also he's got a lot of good combo moves that can keep him stunned. There we go. Yeah, Grand Cross is really good. Man, that combo of 8 sword hits hurts. So does that.
我が声に耳を傾けたまえ。聖なる祈り。
Yeah, he keeps attacking Refill.
魔術などやらせるな。どうしようというのか。
放置してはダメよ。
その前にこの巨大な魂に光を買わせたまえ。ジャッジメント。グランドクロス。レイ。
人脚。
終わらなくてよ。刹那の輝きに時を見よ。
魔術などやらせるな。
もう怒ったよ。
進行。魔術などやらせるな。
黎明へと導く覇者としてダメよ。耳を傾けたまえ。聖なる祈り。
魔術などやらせるな。
ま、こんなもんさ。
Yeah, that was quite a negative grade because Refill died too many times. It's interesting, he talks differently. In the beginning, he talks in katakana and kind of broken. And then now he talks normally in regular Japanese.
あの骸骨さんもこれで救われたね。
救われた？
諦めたんだとしたらなんか辛いけど、満足したんだとするともう苦しみから解放されたってことだもん。
苦しかった。そんなの考えもしなかった。
あのモンスターも戦いを求めてしまうような何か訳があったということかもしれないわね。
でももうそれも満たされたんじゃないでしょうか。
魔界のものといっても私たちと同じ考える知性がある、存在する理由がある。そんな当たり前のことも先入観で見落としていたなんて。私もまだまだね。
戦って倒しただけでも誰かを救える時があるんだな。
ロイドが一生懸命頑張ったから骸骨さんも満足したんじゃないかな。
コレットってすごいよ。コレットのおかげでさっきのやつは救われたんだよ。
そうね。コレットがこの話をしなければ彼はモンスターとしてただ倒されただけですものね。
So you get that nice special dialogue after we defeat the third sword dancer, and that's the end of the sword dancer battles. And next, we are gonna get Maxwell, the extra summon spirit, and he's in this floating town that is in a random location. You just have to fly around Tessiera, and eventually you'll see it. And once you land on it, at least it'll, put a red dot on the map, because it always changes location. And once the red dot is on the map, you can just find it easily without having to wander around endlessly looking for it. But it's kind of cool, way up here in the sky. And this is where we will find Maxwell. Some of the villagers are talking about it. Maxwell is an optional summon. But I'm going to go ahead and walk around the village a little bit just to show it off. It's kind of a cool place, and it's completely unnecessary. You never actually, really come here for any part of the story or anything, which is disappointing. Seems like a place like this would be a cool looking dungeon. Reminds me of the floating cities in Tales of Destiny. I wonder how they get food up here. Do the people below just have a cannon and launch food up here to them? Or can they actually grow food? I guess there's some trees. One of those useless questions. Don't jump! Don't do it! How many people have I seen near the edge of places in this game, ready to jump? What's with all the suicidal characters? So it's a little tricky. There's a tree, so you can't see the path. But if you go behind this house here, then you can see it. And there's this long walkway. Because of the funny angle, it's a little tricky to see it. And I would not want to fall off, that's for sure. And here's the pillar. It's kind of interesting. Maxwell's the only summon that Mythos didn't have a contract with. So let's talk about this stone here. Yeah, it's interesting. So we have to put on the ruby, aquamarine, garnet, and an opal. So the three rings, the 4 rings that we've gotten from the other summons. And once we equip those and talk to the pillar here, Maxwell will show up. And Sheena can make a contract. But of course, we'll have to fight with the old geezer first. Maxwell is always betrayed by an ugly old man. Cue epic music. Once again, Sheena has to be in this battle. And it's so annoying that they reset my shortcut keys every time. Oh boy. There's Meteor Swarm, which we got for Genius.
すな。
行くわよ。
新脚
空言レイ
メッセよ
ゲンマ
飛燕脚
We can add beating up on old men to Lloyd's list of many crimes.
万物に宿り世界の見る真空セルフしよってのさ
すまない
了解よしよってのさ二人の顔リダレクション邪魔をしない
魔術なぞやらせるな
了解よ
魔術なぞやらせるな
セラの息吹リダレクション大いなる暗黒の淵をめでしまう契約者の名において命ずイデオシャドウ邪魔をしない
こんなことはもうこりごりじゃ
許せよ死ぬわけにはいかないのでな
Well, that was an epic fight. Got an awesome union attack in and a shadow summon. Maxwell is actually pretty cool. I'll try to get a summon of him as we continue. He doesn't get used very much, unfortunately, because it's at the end of the game. It's like, why leave the ultimate summon to like the very end, and then you never really get a chance to use it, like maybe once, and that's it. So we're gonna have another usual dialogue, which actually is a little different because he doesn't have a contract with Mythos. But he will make a contract with Sheena. Alright, and Maxwell, get. That's all of them. Every single summon spirit in the game. Okay, we have lots more coming up, and I don't think I can fit it in to this episode, so I think this is a good place to take a break. So in our next episode, we'll be doing a couple more of the even more exciting side quests, Abyssion and the exhibition match in the Colosseum. So I hope you'll join me in the next episode, and I hope you guys all really enjoyed watching this episode. So thanks for viewing, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, some fashion show is coming up soon too. Ja ne!